this is brought to you by Major. Like and subscribe to get your notifications. Couldn't do it without you, need your full participation. And we giving back to show our appreciation. Tune in daily, get your positive vibrations. Learn different words in your own native language. Learn being black ain't all about slavery. Put that in the school book, it's part of education. We need to rewrite it, need some better information. Like how we built the pyramids and formed our own nation. Visit different continents and then try to invade them. Way before Columbus, but that ain't none of these pages. It's all just rumors, just a bunch of speculation. But why I never admit every hero is Caucasian. Even white people starting to say this shit is racist. Like how they talking to blacks for this vaccination. This is MajorTv and this is brought to you by Major. Like and subscribe to get your notifications. Do it without you, need your full participation. And we giving back to show our appreciation. This is MajorTv and this is brought to you by Major. Like and subscribe to get your notifications. Do it without you, need your full participation. And we giving back to show our appreciation. Appreciate the views and appreciate the comments. Keeping it real, always giving you this content. Hoping that my people don't take nothing out of content. Giving you this knowledge, hoping that it change your mindset. Telling you you're beautiful like the dawn of the sunset. And letting them know black power is more than just a concept. MajorTv, you know we do this for the people. Changing the community and raising future leaders. This is MajorTv and this is brought to you by Major. Like and subscribe to get your notifications. Couldn't do it without you, need your full participation. And we giving back to show our appreciation. This is MajorTv and this is brought to you by Major. Like and subscribe to get your notifications. Couldn't do it without you, need your full participation. And we giving back to show our appreciation.
Good day and positive vibration. This is Major. Thank you for tuning in to MajorTv Let's Talk. I have a very special segment with a very special brother. I met this brother when I was doing a MajorTv Live event. I support Black ownership. And this brother right here accommodated me back in front, made the whole experience beautiful. And I was telling people that I know a lot of people didn't show up and didn't come, but I want people to know the people that did come was able to build. And that was people like me. And I understand sometimes it's hard for us to make it A and B, sometimes to achieve a goal, but when we're talking about community building, it's special that we network. So when I did the MajorTv Live set, I was able to network with this brother. I already networked with this brother. I'm about to introduce him real soon, but I want to thank everybody that's viewing live. If you're viewing live, please like and share this live. Please like and share this live. This is going to be a very powerful segment because whether you know it or not, he's my barber too. So we network with event plans and him doing my hair. He does a great job. And we also, this brother is multi-talented. So we're going to talk. We're in the barbershop right now of a multi-business establishment. But please like and share live before we go over into everything. Let me introduce this brother. This brother is a brother that from another mother that really touched me from his conversations, from intelligent and what he's doing in the community. Without further ado, bro, King, how you doing, brother?
I'm good, bro. Good to have you.
Real talk. Man, look, it's a pleasure, of course, having you on the channel.
Yes, sir.
You and I talked about doing this, right?
Yes.
We really did. But tell people about you, man.
My name is John Andrew, last name King. I'm in business over here in Morrow, Georgia, on the south side of Atlanta. Me, my brother, and my sister. It's a family business. I'm a divorcee, but I got 4 children. Got I like to say a great support system right now. Between the business, trying to fulfill my purpose here on this planet. Family, I like to say we as men juggle a lot, but what they say, much is given, much is required.
All right. So you consider yourself a hustler?
You know, some when you go on with certain things in the things, you can't get away from it. So I like to say,
Right.
yeah, it's natural born hustle.
Okay. Let's talk about entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Why right now to be an entrepreneur? I mean, why is it important to be exercise entrepreneurship?
It's important for us to, I say, we're born into entrepreneurship, not really knowing that we're born into entrepreneurship because all of us come here with a gift, and that gift pays our way while we're here. So while you're young, if you harness and develop that gift, that was one I like to say, barbering was my gift. Harnessing it, focusing it, it took me to places that I wouldn't really, I say, get to without actually following my gift. So when developing your gift and taking it to entrepreneurship, what I mean is basically when you package your gift, it's a business in itself. So I'd like to say that all of us, if we are aware of our gift and we're able to package it, we're able to really sell it. So I like to teach and share my experience in entrepreneurship. My father and my mother, they were entrepreneurs. So I come from a family of entrepreneurs. So growing up, I started working young. So I understand, if you teach them young, they're not going to have a problem really handling that responsibility. That's our job. I say as elders in our community right now is to teach our youth to focus on their gift that was given, and then teach them business and marketing.
Good. I want to thank Lindell Williams for the super chat donation. Thank you so much, sister, for the donation. We have this brother, Bro King on. We talking about entrepreneurship. Why you and why now? By the way, he says he's a barber. He's really a barber. Look at my hair, y'all. And trust me, I had no knowledge he could cut hair. I came to do business to do the event for MajorTv because they have an event hall and whatnot. And let's speak about the event hall, man, because you've been having some things going on over here.
Yeah, I like to say between the barbering and the event hall, we're doing barbering 3.0, in 2022. So we got 10,000 square feet of space, and we have two venues that we turned into. I like to say 25. It's about 5,500 of it is event space, and the other space is barbershop, salon, and we got a grading shop and a few offices here. So I like to say it's been a blessing. We appreciate the opportunity, and we welcome all entrepreneurs. So before we set out to do the event center, we actually was doing an entrepreneur center. And from doing the entrepreneur center, individuals was coming in asking us, do we rent space? So we started renting space, and then it led to the event center. But to say we set out to do it on purpose, no, I'll be lying. But I like to say, we're covered and God allowed us to get some great opportunities.
Great. Now you said you had event hall,
Yeah.
barber shop, bread shop, offices for rent. That's a lot. That's really entrepreneurship at its best.
Yes. I like to say it's an entrepreneurship hustle and being able to be humble and work with others. Um, because all the time it's not always about the money. It's always I say it. We get more of the value, or should I say, the money circulates more uh, with us when we don't worry about the money. I mean, the money just comes.
What it takes to be a successful business owner?
Um, for our community, it takes a lot because we have our personal, we have business, we have, and when I mean personal, you got your family, your children, your spouse, your parents, your siblings. So I like to say that, for us at the moment, we understand that being around each other means that we have to work with each other because working with each other allows our money to circulate more in our family. So I like to say that our families, and this is all of our families, if we don't take the initiative to bring our families in for those that are business owners, we're doing our community a disjustice.
Speaking about the community, we see a lot of black communities that lack different businesses
Right,
that can keep the community going.
right,
And you have a lot of foreigners that's offering product and service that we should be doing.
right.
Can you explain why we have to think outside the box?
I believe it's based off of what you know is what you know, and what you don't know, you don't know. So, I can say, I haven't always been this way. It's been trial in a lot of errors. So, what they say, by default, sometimes you make it, when you take a lot of shots. So it's not always, it's never failure. It's just, I say, learn a different way to do things. So, in life right now, it's like if we want to be able to bring it full circle, we have to look at ourselves first.
In our community, there's a big old financial gap, right?
Right,
With whites and blacks. And we know largely why.
right,
But I believe it hurt us more when we're not thinking along the lines of black ownership. And I know that's not easy in words, literally. But my question is, how can we pay away for a future generation if we're not exercising like ownership now?
right. Good question. Um, right now, there's a large responsibility on entrepreneurs to do community, I say, outreach, to teach, and to be able to educate on their experience, because basically entrepreneurship is just, like I said in the beginning, packaging the gift that was given, or if you have another product or service that you can package. It all boils down to packaging, marketing, and sales. So if we're able to, I say there's a key way for us to get ahead quick by analyzing what just took place with COVID. When COVID took place, all businesses shut down. So those that's in our communities that really don't belong in our communities, I mean, getting that, I say that dollar that we normally would get, if we understand that if we don't patronize them, it's all about, educating our people on where they spend their energy, not their money, because it's not money, really, it's energy they spend. They're sharing their energy with a group of people who don't give the energy back to them. It's like planting seeds in a place where, we won't get a fertile return, or we won't get, a fertile harvest. So it's teaching our people, all of us at the moment, because it's all a learning experience for all of us at the moment. We all learning. So what we learn, we actually got to come back and actually share it in order for it really to be, you say what they say, that you know that you got it. So at this moment, we're doing a summer program here for the youth, whereas though that summer program will allow us to share, certain things that we've learned in business with the youth. The program will allow us to focus in on some of the gifts and talents some of the youth may possess early on. So at the moment, even though we have these businesses going on, we definitely try to utilize the space for things that will allow us to help the community. Yeah.
Okay. I want to thank everybody tuning in live. We have Bro King on this live interview, especially because I met the brother. I did a MajorTv live set at the event hall. We're talking about entrepreneurship. Why you and why now? King, what it takes to have a winning attitude when it comes down to operating a business?
A strong support system. I say a strong support system outside would be second, outside of what you believe about yourself. So self-confidence and holding yourself and having self-efficacy, meaning you're being able to do things without people telling you what to do and when to do it. Is going to be some of the most important things. Most people get jobs because it's routine and someone is telling you what routine to follow. Whereas though entrepreneurship, it's like boxing. You only one you can rely on. And, you got to have a certain confidence about yourself, even when you're fighting or even when you're out here. We like to say in this American jungle.
What's the good and bad? What's the good and bad when running a business? Yeah, in business.
The good and bad in business. The good and bad in business is, oh man. I say some of the good or some of the bad, I would say sometimes in business you definitely can't have the I can do it all attitude by myself, because you won't succeed. And sometimes you feel as though, man, I'm the only one who can get it done. So it's like that's like a good and bad. So it's almost like you gotta have confidence in the team that you pick, that you have chosen. You have to have, I say once again, a good, strong support system. Without that, a business won't survive. So it's not a one-man show. Definitely, it's not. I like to say, You feed off the energy that you give. So be high vibration. Always.
And what's the good?
The good would be the fact that we're learning every day of new ways to do things that will increase our bottom line. It's like it's a sport. What they say is about the numbers. So right now, the good is the numbers. The fact that we're able to keep the lights on, and we're able to, still able to go out and feed the homeless at least once or twice a month.
Y'all feed the homeless?
Yeah.
It's all right, bro. That's what's up. That's what's up. We're not gonna be talking about financials and business management and all that. As far as actually running the business, that's important to have customer service, good business management, a product service. People can use the financials, balance sheet, income statement, and cash flow statement. We're not gonna really, this is not a segment for that. It's just a segment of sharing one entrepreneur to another, because I have my own business as well, and then really appealing to our community about entrepreneurship. Why you? Why now? Why should the community support Black businesses?
The reason why you should support Black businesses, because you have to have the mentality that you're either spending your money or circulating your money. And when you spend your money, you're spending your money with people that ain't gonna come back and spending money with you. But when you circulate your money with people that's gonna come and spend money with you. So right now it's about being, I say, conscious about where you're planning your or circulating your money, but it's not really money, it's seeds. You gotta have a different perspective right now. Right now, people are getting, I say, duped because they let somebody else control their perspective. Let nobody control the way you think. You gotta research everything. Don't get caught up in belief. You need to know.
Let's talk about management. Let's talk about it later. I want briefly talk about it. I'm not mentioning it. We're not talking about it in detail. But let's talk about product and services. Having products and services that people can use, or people probably want to use. Can you tell people how they can get people to want to do business with them?
Basically, how to get people to do business with you is really standing in the mirror, looking at yourself, and understand how inviting are you? What's your attitude? Do you have an inviting spirit? Like you say, right now, people they're not really always buying the product. Sometimes they really buying you. They buy what they need and want. However, they don't know they need and want it until you present it. And once you present it, and the way you present it, sometimes they may not need it, but you may make them feel like they want it.
So you're saying you have to have the right attitude.
Your attitude is your altitude.
It says 80% attitude and 20% everything else.
Yes, sir.
So if you have a winning attitude, then you have a winning product or service.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's talk about management. How important it is.
Not always, though. Can't quite say that.
All right.
Because if your product stinks, here you go. Because I'm coming from the barber world. Now, when cutting hair, the barber job is to give the client that particular look that he fell in love with from the very first time, every time. Now, everybody knows Michael Jordan don't play the way Michael Jordan play every night. He have a bad game every once in a while. So, that being said, in business, sometimes, yes, you will not give that quality that you want to give, that 100%, you know, because life happens. You got personal stuff, you know, it happens. However, but in your heart, if your intention is to give that particular, I say, look every time, your client will be with you for 20 years plus, based off of your intentions.
But I do agree that if your product or service suck,
Yeah.
that kills the whole.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Why is it important that the community and black business have a healthy relationship? It seems like, I want to admit, I hear a lot of complaints
about our community. That's because
about our black businesses too.
That's because I'm gonna tell you, because I've worked for someone really other than myself only a few times. So I've really been in business really just by myself, you know, forever. And I get that. I know they talk about me, you know. However, I let the good outweigh the bad. You know, you're gonna talk about me, but the good gonna outweigh the bad always, because they talk about Jesus. You know, they always gonna talk about me. So you can't even worry about what they say. Just like even doing, you know, video content and content, I learned that one of the strongest things one could do is not read your comments all the time, because sometimes you could take comments personal, you know. So, you know, in life, you know, you shouldn't take things personal, but, you know, we have feelings and emotions. Sometimes we do.
Well, let's talk about operations for business, as far as business management and whatnot. How important is
That's
you to be organized and structured?
That's the most important thing. I think that's where we actually we're the weakest, our paperwork. So right now, if I can share anything with anyone, is where I focus on the most is really understanding our paperwork most of the time. So, you know, not even to the point where as though, you know, I'm gonna say I'm gonna go get a lawyer to understand. No, I'm going to understand my paperwork, because right now, if as adults in America, we are supposed to know law too. So, you know, they get us from the paperwork, most of us. You know what I mean? So if I can stress anything, you know, take your paperwork, extremely important. It's the most valuable, it's the most precious thing you have. It really is.
And when you say about paperwork, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about your documents, as far as your setup for your company. I'm talking about your insurance. I'm talking about understanding contracts. You know, our signature is the most precious thing that we have, really, and most people don't even give reverence to. They say, you know, what is more powerful, a pen or a gun? I mean, which one is more dangerous, the pen or the gun? Which one?
They said a pen.
Yeah.
They gun is not nicely.
It ain't nothing nice, but that pen enslaved the children. So right now we have to understand that, you know, we coming out of a system that wasn't quite made for us. So understanding the system is the first thing one should do.
All right, now let's just break down the components of the business, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have the product and service.
Right.
The management side.
You got the management.
The
technical.
You know what? They all got a startup cost. You know,
Right.
you got to have a startup cost based on how much it is to get started. You have the product and service.
Right.
Put together management, which everything follows into that. And you, of course, you got the financials to watch everything, right?
Right. Yes.
How important for us as a people to be on top of that?
It's very important. I wouldn't say, or or advise anyone to do everything, but you should know everything.
All right.
You know what I mean? Don't do it, but be able to spot a mistake when someone is making a mistake.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Would you tell anybody right now that want to start a business but have doubt or worry? What could you tell them?
Don't start that business at that moment. Wait until they have the true confidence and the knowing within themselves that they're able to achieve that particular goal that they're setting out to achieve. Just the knowing. You know, once again, don't get stuck in belief. But when you look at it and you see it and you wrote it out and you just know. You know what I mean? We all come with a certain knowing, and that knowing is your God intuition. So trust that intuition. Don't second guess it. You know what I mean? And move to the beat of your own drum, and be able to be humble enough to take advice.
And let's talk about a lot of things people understand about when you have a business. There is large tax breaks when it comes down to businesses, right?
Yes.
And people don't realize that when you have your own business, you see your money first for Uncle Sam see your money. You know what I'm saying? Even though you have to pay your taxes, you see your money first.
Right.
And like big businesses, they write up all the expenses, put themselves first to put themselves in a lower tax bracket. Let's talk about the tax rate that come with having a business.
You can write your car off, you can write your house off, because what most people don't know is we're a business in itself. America ain't nothing but a business. It's not the country most people believe it is. It's the United States is a company, and we're franchisees of the company. So basically, we set up our own business. We're able to operate, and move through the system a different way than most people who don't have a business. So yes, we want to have a business because that's your right, and that's what you should do because of the tax breaks. And right now, even though business is the thing that most of us are getting into, we also need to understand the difference between public and private. Right now, because that's another way where I say chasing our tail in a sense. So without just look up the difference between a public citizen and a private citizen. It's a big difference, and we need to all be private citizens because the government can come in and take your children because we're public. We're public, but when you're private, they can't. The kids are wards of the state. So right now, it's understanding. I got this business. I'm supposed to handle my own affairs. I'm supposed to handle my own paperwork because you're considered someone's child as an adult here in America. You allow someone else to handle your paperwork and your affairs. So the most important thing we can do as a community is understand our affairs. One, now, because our elders at the moment, they may not know what we are going to learn at the moment. We're supposed to be able to help our elders at this moment. Yeah, with their affairs. Mm-hmm.
Powerful information.
Yeah, real rap, because they just said a wealth transfer, the biggest wealth transfer just happened through COVID, but one of the main reasons why it happened is because most of our elders that had passed on, their estates wasn't properly set up. A lot of them didn't have wills, a lot of them didn't have estates and trusts, so they was caught up And the families, if the family don't know the information, the family tied. So now, the most important thing one can do as I say, as we become the elders of our communities, is tell our elders and ourselves not to have wills, because a will allows you to go to probate. We all supposed to have estates, trusts, LLCs, and S corps. That's what we're supposed to work through right now. And working through that allows us to be able to transfer things over to our children and be able to receive things from our elders, And not knowing it, the elder is not going to talk to you about it anyway. So, you got to know the information.
But let's talk about the elders and the younger generation in that gap. That lack of transferring property, money, businesses, the lack of informing families
What's going on,
and why we have to stay aggressive.
The reason why I say the reason we have to do it is, one, we have to talk about it more, because sometimes the ones that you may not think know the information going to know the information that you need to know, but sometimes some people don't know how to receive the information from the individual, because the individual deliver the information the way they deliver it, if that makes sense. Sometimes certain people don't listen to certain people because of the way they deliver the message versus just hearing the message. So right now, our elders sometimes need to listen to the youth, because the youth, can actually share some good information with you. And the youth need to listen to the elders, definitely, because the elders is going to share some good information with you too. It's almost like, everybody needs to learn to listen to each other.
Right. There was a surge due to Corona for Black ownership. There was many Black businesses open up, and that's doing good.
Yeah.
How good that is for us today, and how good that can be for us in the future, in reference to us responding in a time of emergency.
So right now, it's a crucial time for our community, for the simple fact that being aware of what is going on around us, and what's going on around us is others are allowing others to come in, benefit in the areas that no one has came through in the area. At no point in time in our lifetime to gentrify anything until it was time for them to take it. So we know that we dealing with people on a daily basis who smile, but they really ain't got no true love for us. And our problem is, we got love for others more so than love for ourselves. I just got finished telling my son this. My son got a big heart, man. Good kid. You got a ton. Love yourself more, son. You got to. It's like, and us as parents, we got to tell our kids that, because, they really don't, from the look of it. From the looks of it. I'm not even going to front. If it wasn't for my mom telling me, I wouldn't have been conscious of it early. So, I'm aware of, oh, damn, my young boy, he got some self-care a little more, because it seems like sometimes your heart can be too big, and you can give too much. Sometimes you gotta be a little selfless or selfish, so you can be selfless. If that makes sense. So we're living in the time where we got vampires in our community, and we have to be aware of the vampires, and then we have to be, because it's not always you know, someone of a different culture. You know, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. So, you know, we have to be aware of the spirit right now. And being aware of the spirit is being aware of the God in the individual when you have the God in yourself. So right now it's like, you know, God's people, you know, God's community, you know, communicating without moving their mouths in a sense, you know, through actions, through body language, and through I say results.
You said a lot. You said a lot. But a couple things I want to talk about. But one of the things I want to ask you is, that's interesting to say that. But I want to say something. In our lifetime of being in this country, right, we have never experienced the invasion we're experiencing now. It started gradually, but there is a major invasion and influence on our community. You know, and
Culture.
yeah, and
That's because our community make most of the money. Ain't nobody else community producing what we produce content, products, and services. So, to be honest, we're the Magic Kingdom. So everything flows through our gifts, and through our gifts, we're able to share with others. So a lot of times, if I've never really worked around a lot of others, I only worked around just my community. So, you know, I've been around them, but never. I've just been contractual. So it's never a long period of time. So what I do know, a lot of people who do, you know, deal with them, and what I get from those who been on certain jobs for a long period of time, and then they got new people coming in to observe what they do, how they do it. A lot of times, from me listening, because you know I'm the barber too, so I listen a lot to people what they have to say and their experiences. You know, a lot of times they come to vent. So you know, I heard about the person who had to train the person that took their job. So you mean to tell me a person can't get what they need to get unless they watch one of us? That's basically what is going on. So, and that's been the system. When they move someone in, they allow them to watch one of us. You know what I mean? From my experience listening, it hasn't been my true experience, but from listening, you know what I mean? I'm like, dang, they just moved you out the way, huh, bro? So, you know, being aware of where you share your energy, because that's the thing that we have that is gold, because that's the currency.
you know, now we talk about I thought about the NFL, I thought about the NBA, I thought about everywhere where you have a melanated person, you know,
Who
yeah, you know, and it just we always been in the eyes of the press property, right?
property,
So,
chattel property.
but in this day and time, right, our community being subjugated in ways that really kind of like create larger eyes, right? And my question to you is how we and it's gonna be a two-part question. How we bridge that gap, and why is it important that parents instill on ownership, entrepreneurship in their kids or children?
So important. Morals, ethics, so important. Um, and I think that needs to come from not just in the household, but just in the community. Period. Like back to what they say, patrolling our community, like the elders used to do when we were kids, and be like, "I'm gonna tell your mother," you know, and you know you don't hear that these days because you know the moms ain't gonna do too much of nothing. People minding their business, but back in the day when you heard, I'm gonna tell your mother, I ain't gonna front. I don't know about most of you, but I straightened the heck. Please, that was the worst thing you could say to me. I'm gonna tell your mother. Oh man, what? I'm sorry, please, I'm sorry. So, they say I don't want my kid to fear me, but if the kid don't fear you, you ain't gonna fear nobody. So you gotta put some fear in your kids. So when they're out, the first thing coming in, my mom or my dad would kill me if they found that out. I'm not even gonna front. Yeah, my parents, I feared my parents. It wasn't a bad thing because it was the thought. Because it's just the thought. People don't even know it's the thought. The thought kept me in line. The thought of my mom finding out, the thought of my mom knowing, the thought of, man, they gonna kill. Oh no, kept me. I'm not gonna do that. Ain't nothing you about to say to me about to make me do what you're about to do, and I know you're gonna get in trouble. So I'll see you later. So I kept myself out of trouble by staying away from certain people. So in life, it's like, you just don't allow anybody to come and hang around you. You just don't go out and hang around anybody. Everybody got to be vetted. And you can vet people just through their spirit these days when you're in tune with your God self. It's really being in tune with, because we all just energy. That's it. And we want to help the community, and helping the community these days is being able to give freely, even though, you may feel as though I don't want to do it, but you got to be able to give free.
The question still is, due to the subjugation and invasion of our community, and I want to talk about the learn, because we talk about learned behavior, but why a lot of us are consumers and not investors, right?
Right.
Why is it important that parents instill in their kids just the opposite, to be entrepreneurs?
Because
it's a why.
It's the why factor would be that they have to, is so the community can grow. If we don't do it, the community won't grow. If we don't pour back into our own Black businesses, it's planting the seed. Our Black businesses are like flower pots, and our dollar bills are seeds in the flower pots. So when we go, we plant seeds, and we want their business to grow. And and most people don't even know from giving your energy in the right place, you're going to benefit too. It's reciprocity. Most people our community haven't figured that out yet at the moment. So it's like it's a spiritual thing. In order for our community, the why is our community have to do it so it can grow spiritually, economically,
All right, let's talk about also what Black businesses do for our community. It employs.
Yeah, it employs.
It helps families pay bills.
Families pay bills.
It contributes to certain needs and wants in the community.
Yeah.
And also, it can be profitable.
Very profitable.
So
it's 100% without, once Uncle Sam gets his cut, it's not completely 100%, but you make more.
So with that being said, there is a big benefit and contribution when you have a Black business.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Because with Black businesses understand, their market. Understand my market. Understanding my market, I know that, hair sometimes, if a single mother comes in, she wants to throw an event, she may not have all the funds right there at that moment, but because, I understand, because I live in the community, I can say, go ahead, man, I'll take a rain check. next week I'll lock your data in. You can pay 2 weeks out. Now, without being in the community and understand somebody's situation, no, it ain't gonna happen. So it's almost like, we under the black businesses is the best business for our community because we understand our people, we relate more to our people relate more to us, and the dollar generates, I would say, a lot more times than if it doesn't. So right now, the most important thing is black businesses because most of the black businesses, if we're not supporting our business, the dollar is going to another community, and that community ain't spending their money with the black business. So it's understanding why spend my money with somebody who won't spend their money with me. Who's the crazy one in the picture? You know?
Well, there's a big push about self-determination across the country. I have a comrade, Detroit, brother Ramsey Giannis.
Okay.
He's doing some big things in Detroit. How you feel about self-determination and how black ownership and self-determination work hand in hand?
It's going to work hand in hand because if we don't have it, that means we're relying on someone else, and we don't want to rely on anyone for anything. We want to be able to feed ourselves. Right now, we got a farm as well we're affiliated with. That's who does most of our catering, salons, farms. So right now, it's about having our food, growing our food. It's about having our own products that we produce, make, and sell. It's about manufacturing, basically. It's about circulating the dollar. Right now, I say, the table ain't for everybody, because everybody didn't invite us to their table. And why go try to sit at somebody else's table? We can prepare our own.
I want to thank everybody tuning in live. Thank you. I have Bro King on this live with me. This is a special interview to me. I definitely want y'all to like and share this live, This brother, as I told y'all more than once on this live, I met him when I was looking for a event hall, black on, do the MajorTv live set. I met this brother, and we've been able to collaborate on things like cutting my hair. I've never been cutting hair. We're talking about some other things behind the scenes, even with the kids and what have you. And I just want to thank you for coming on, man. And
yeah, my pleasure. Appreciate you having me.
Yeah. I asked you what I wanted to ask you, so we can go through the comments, and then you can give your last words.
Okay.
I normally let you get last words, but I'll wait. And let's go to comments with everybody talking, because I know you got some people in the comments talking. I want to thank Black First, Second, and Third. Say hello. Sister Lindell Williams, good evening, Major and Black family. Peace, sister. My brother Roland Cole, peace, my brothers. We got Detroit to Africa Radio. Hello, thank you for coming through, family. We got Lakeisha H. Hey, y'all. Hey, sis, what's up? Said MajorTv, let's talk love all day, every day. My brother Bridge Club in the building. Shalom, family. Black Power, King, Queens. Yeah, that's word. Salute to MajorTv. Salute, family. JoJo, keep doing good work, Major. LaQuisha shot me out again. All right, I see y'all in the building. Your heart and mind, they follow it. Your heart and mind follow it. Real talk. Black ownership also give us a sense of collective and cultural pride. Real talk. You want to talk about that, brother? Comment on that?
Absolutely. Because without it, the American system don't even have an American system. It's all of our culture and our pride. this whole thing. So right now it's time for us to embrace it. You're absolutely right too, brother. So, you know, here we work and I say collaborate with just about any of those spirits out there that's willing to, you know, put in the same energy and effort that we're willing to put in. So, you know, you can find me at ECM Event Hall, KSI Barbershop near me, one of the two. My phone number is 678-754-0621. And you can actually find me at the Barberpreneur.
For sure. I'm going to put that in the description of the video. We kind of like got this video kind of fast, but I'm going to do that too.
Okay.
They're going to be last words if you add. The more black-owned businesses we create, we also more options for our children to work at. Our youth will benefit many times over. Real Talk Bridge Club. You can ride in the Jag with it, that y'all. All right, all right. Keep reading, love. Waiting for finance to open up to start my garden. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. All right, thank you. For sure. Appreciate all the comments. Appreciate all love and support. Bro King, what's your last words? What you want to tell the people? You can redo the social media thing again. Everybody is.
All right. So
Good day, my brother.
I can say anything. One of the most important things for our community to know is that all business is a family business. So whatever job you're getting up or going to is somebody's family business. The process that we have right now and the opportunity that we have right now is to create our family businesses, for all our families work it, and then be able to pass it on to one of the kids. That's the opportunity that we all have at the moment. And that's the position we all want to be in. Being able to pass on some residual income. To be able to say, you know, not just say, but to be able to transfer it. That's what's been hurting us. We ain't been able to transfer nothing. You know what I mean? So, peace. I appreciate the opportunity. You can find me once again at ECM Event Hall, KSI Barbershop near me, and the Barberpreneur. This is King. Appreciate the love. Appreciate you having me. I look forward to doing some business with you, brother.
Much love.
Yes, sir.
Got love for this brother, man. Real talk. This brother really doing that in the community. I just want to appreciate. I just want to everybody know I appreciate them. You know, just tuning in right now, even on replay, to hear what this brother have to say, and as well as building with us. We love the comments. You have to comment, and you have to want to be about you want to be about doing better. And I think doing for self is so important. Please support the brother. I'll place all the stuff in the description of the video. I apologize. I should have had that in there. But y'all know what I'm about to say. Y'all stay safe, stay small, just be you. Peace.
Let's talk. Yeah. Doing it from the heart, cause that's the only way of doing it. Giving the food for thought, cause these jewels are real jewelry. Remember we used to march for peace. The days Dr. King, remember we would walk the streets showing our unity. Yeah, strength in numbers, we need to talk among us. We need to show more love and be more supportive. Product of my environment, something wrong with the soil. Soldier with no platoon, cause every day it's a war. Doing it from the heart, cause that's the only way of doing it. Giving the food for thought, cause these jewels are real jewelry. Remember we used to march for peace. The days Dr. King, remember we would walk the streets, showing our unity. Doing it from the heart, 'cause that's the only way of doing it. Giving them food for thought, 'cause these Jews are real jewelry. Remember, we used to march for peace. The days of Dr. King, remember, we would walk the streets, showing our unity.
Let's talk.
I ain't saying that it gotta happen overnight, but we gotta make a change to preserve life. Serve a greater purpose, and start with you and I. Gotta plant the seeds of hope deep in your mind, and let it grow to something you never thought it would. And give back all the blessings to the neighborhood, just the way you should, the only way to do it. This is Major TV Music, Black Media. Doing it from the heart, 'cause that's the only way of doing it. Giving them food for thought, 'cause these Jews are real jewelry. Remember, we used to march for peace. The days of Dr. King, remember, we would walk the streets, showing our unity. Doing it from the heart, 'cause that's the only way of doing it. Giving them food for thought, 'cause these Jews are real jewelry. Remember, we used to march for peace. The days of Dr. King, remember, we would walk the streets, showing our unity.
The Negro is still languished in the corners of American society and finds himself in exile in his own land. So we've come here today to dramatize a shameful condition. In a sense, we've come to our nation's capital to cash a check. When the architects of our republic wrote the magnificent words of the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, they were signing a promissory note to which every American was to fall heir. This note was a promise that all men, yes, black men as well as white men, would be guaranteed the unalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It is obvious today that America has defaulted on this promissory note insofar as her citizens of color are concerned.